Hello guys, and welcome back to Exploring 1.12, episode number 6. At least I think this is episode 6. If it's not, it's going to look funny because I'm wrong. But the reason that might be is episode 1 was updated or uploaded on Tuesday of last week, I think. And I've basically recorded every episode that you're going to see after that beforehand, so these are basically session recorded, but recorded on different days. Excuse me, to explain some things. Anywho, last episode we built that, and it works great, as you can see by me being level 36. Works excellent. I was able to get fortune finally. I got an infinity bow, which is amazing. I can shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot until the bow breaks. It is absolutely amazing. Infinity over mending any day. So yeah, let's get into it. Today's episode, I do plan to build a villager breeder and possibly a few of the villager houses as well, because I decided to take upon the hardest task I could think of and do this above ground. Why? I don't know. I don't know why it'd be so much easier to do it above ground, but I chose, or below ground, I chose to do it above ground and expand my glorious, I should say our glorious compound. Which, oh, the compound. It is great. Anywho, I've flattened all this area out over here to build the breeder in this corner, preferably. And we can build houses out through here. I do plan on getting rid of this house here as a side note and expanding over into this river. Because, to be honest, we don't really use this, so there's not much point of it being here. So, yeah, this river can go. But that is not today's problem. Today's problem is getting this villager breeder built, and possibly a few of the houses. I can load the houses up off camera, but I bare minimum want 2 houses built. One for farmers. Actually 3. One for our farmer guy and future farmers. One for our Fletchers, because those are a good way to make emeralds really fast. I happen to have remembered where the jungle's at. It is off in that direction. Really far in that direction, actually. So I have remembered where that's at from when I was spotting this seed out. Or seed searching, I guess. So if we go over there, get a bunch of bamboo and plant it, we can basically have easy emeralds. Which is something I really think would be a nice investment. If there's, well, I could always go to the Nether and make an automatic farm, but I think that might be another day's problem, and I'm probably rambling on a bit too much here. So, I'm going to get to start placing my blocks. So I know I want at least 2 more. Alright, and then I'm going to 3 walkway, 1, 2, 1, 2. So, yeah. I know this may look fairly massive, and to that I would say, yeah, you're right, it is fairly massive. But actually, I think I'm going to scale this down because I've got time. Also, it is now day 84. I've done quite a bit of AFKing, so I'm gonna scale this down from what I just laid out because I don't think we need one that big. Plus we can stack beds, so 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that ought to be nice. And I think I'm going to use birch for flooring because I happen to have a lot from chopping down this forest that used to be here. I need to move it someplace else. Only issue with that is I'm running out of room in the immediate area of this compound to have forest. Or basically a natural looking tree farm. I'm running out of area in this immediate area for that. Which is stacking up to be a bigger problem than initially would seem. So, that ain't great, but we'll deal with that somehow. Yeah, first gotta harvest the sheep's wool, because this is literally what's gonna make this breeder go round. Also, if we get a few weavers, I don't actually know what they're called, just as a side note. If we get a few of them at any rate, we can sell this wool to them and make profit. Now, I'm not going to worry about the villager infection thing because I'm just going to be honest, when the profits start wearing off, at the end of the day, it's not really worth it in my book. That's just my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt, as you would anyone else's opinion. I myself don't see it as that useful. So maybe we use oak wood for the floor. I thought I had more birch than I apparently seem to have. So, oak it is. Oak's a good floor, okay floor. I plan to use dark oak for the roof. So, yeah, there's not much I can say to make the building this that interesting, because it's just not doing much, but I'm hoping that as this gets farther, you'll start to see my vision a bit more. It is going to be what would be considered fairly basic. Also, I had to make sure not to build near that godforsaken lightning rod. That would be bad. Oh, where did the villager breeder go? And where are all the villagers? Why are there witches here? To avoid that confusion. Though, I think, at least I believe most people know if you strike a villager with lightning, it turns it to a witch. I'm not sure if everyone knows that, though. If you didn't, you do now. Yeah, it's nigh impossible to fall and strip a log. I just kind of demonstrated that, actually, so... I probably should go put some sand on for the windows, because I do kind of want windows in this. So, I might go ahead and do that. But, yeah. So... yeah, something like that. 3, 2, and then 3. Well, I guess 6 for and 6. I just tried to elytra. I don't know why. But yeah, the compound has gotten pretty sizable. Mob farm. And I do plan on tearing the rest of this village down because it's outside of the wall and it would be realistically too difficult to just move the wall to that. Because there is a lot of river over here, and while I will bury half of it, that's a lot of river to fill in. And a lot of dirt that has to be collected. That is not readily accessible in the immediate area. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, I guess, for the preservation of the world that has to go, but oh yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And this needs to go one higher. And then I'll start possibly putting the roof on. Oops, well. Should be an easy fix. Yeah. I don't think anyone's seeing my vision yet. It'll be fairly obvious here in a minute. Cool, my macro's still on. But yeah, real-time talk. The day I'm recording this is the same day that I recorded building the monster farmer. So, for anyone commenting on this, that is why. Like I've pointed out, I think at the start of this is pretty much recorded different days, but basically all after episode 1 was released immediately. So I'm sitting on a nice stockpile of episodes that I can push out over basically an entire week, which is going to be nice. Actually, I think I have more than a week covered now. No, I don't. I'm thinking I'm doing the math on that wrong, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone, but yeah, that should be that for now. Now, I don't have an idea per se for the roof. Oof. Ha ha ha. Oof. As a side note, I think this may have actually looked better if it was just unstripped logs. But as a truth note, it is actually my first time building in this kind of style. So, yeah. Actually, it's not my first. It's my first time going into this with a vision that should work. I'm hoping it works. Last time I built like this, I hated that. That was my starter house in my single player 1.14 world. Yeah, it was 1.14, I think. It may have been 1.15. Yeah, it was 1.15. Took me a minute to think on that, but it was 1.15. And another thing, don't skimp on resources when filling around, because it may look good on the outside. It's not going to look so good on the inside. Which is the ultimate goal, is to have this look good on the inside. I don't know what I'm going to put here for the filling. I just tried to elytra again. I need to stop. Stop. You don't have an elytra. Stop. So I think that's going to be way too much. Maybe not. This building is kind of big. So okay, that's on correct. The real problem's going to end up being that I'm not going to have enough dark oak to make dark oak stairs. Oops. Why? Why'd you have to do that? It could have fallen down and been picked up, but no. That's so annoying when that happens. As a side note, I used to not be able to, back in my 1.12, come on. Come on, stairs. Come on, work with me here. There you go. As a side note, as I was saying, as a side note, in my 1.12 days, I used to not be able to commentate over that. Oh, how far I've come. And that was 2018? It's been a minute. This isn't the best block palette, by the way. I'm just realizing, but it'll look fine. Actually, why don't I just... Yeah, this should come out... Oh! This should come out to an even, so... Doing something fancy. Like... that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we cooking with fire. Though I didn't particularly want to cover the wood up. I have to fix this. I have to fix this. Otherwise it kind of... I'm going to reuse that, by the way. That design I just came up with will be used. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to do something like that. I know I'm not. So technically I didn't come up with it, I just borrowed it. It's basically how most things are done now. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to look pretty good. So I hope. I hope it looks good. So, up. So we're doing it this way, which I need to find out what I'm going to do for the ends. Okay, that looks a lot better. Kind of wish I had vines. Vines would be kind of nice for mossy bricks and then crackstone bricks. Or I could go the andesite and maybe some mossy cobble, since I don't have mossy stone bricks. Could work. Maybe. I don't know. That's something to think about. Because in my head it works. I'm not so sure about... Okay. Okay, I've got to try this real fast to see if this is going to work. So... a wall like that. And I know I'm going to have to cannibalize some of the village for this, but... and this is the part of the village I really don't like touching either, because the houses can go, but I kind of like this area. So I don't like messing it up. It's not something I'm big on, but this build should kind of fit in with vanilla styling. It's not going to be completely toned that way, but it should fit in nice, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe? No, it's tough. I hate tough. Like, seriously, I do not think that is a good block in the slightest. I've seen quite a few people talk it up. I will agree, though, with waddles. It makes an excellent path, but as far as anything else, it's not that great. That's why I was actually kind of disappointed when they took its use away from it being a geode block. That needs fixed. Yeah, that needs fixed down there. That's dangerous. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some of this and mix that in with the wall. See how many miles down the road that gets us to say. That's a play on your mileage may vary, by the way, for those who didn't catch it. I don't think I need to explain my jokes. If I need to do that, I need to come up with better jokes. Or wordplay, even. So, that there, that there, that there, that there, that there. No. Maybe. So, mossy stone. This ends up looking like a better path. That looks too like it was meant to be there. Trying to do this and not create a pattern is a problem. But That could work. If that could work, but no, I don't think it does. Not for what I'm trying to do anyway. If anything, that looks like a good road design. So, yeah, I'm not gonna use that for my roof or my texturing for the walls. That just, eh. Well, it was worth a shot. Even if it failed, it was worth a shot. Wait a second, I did this one too far over. Did I? Yeah. I'm gonna break that block, and I'll do the same on this side. Because I don't exactly have an idea of what's gonna go in there yet. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then I'll take a pause and finish the roof. Or get materials and finish the roof and show you guys what the finished product looks like. Because it is going to be good. And then there's also getting villagers in here, which is always less than fun. So I think I went out like that. I think I went up 3. Out. Up 2. Up. Out. Like that. Up. Up. Out. Maybe a half slab. Maybe a half slab, because I don't exactly want a full block up there, because then mobs can spawn. So maybe slabs are the way to go. Then again, maybe they're not, but we'll see. We'll see. Doesn't hurt to try it, even though if I keep going, this video is going to be incredibly long. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll work. For my purposes, that'll work. Yep. Alright, now time to duplicate that on this side, which can be a problem. Actually, I'll just bring this across so that, and then I can replace it later. Sometimes you even have to fix your own design, because it can get away from you like that. I am so glad I have feather falling, because that could have really, really, really hurt. But it didn't, so... Up 2, 1... Out. 2. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pause and go get the dark oak to finish this, and yeah. I will cue you guys in when it is finished. Well, I'm back, and I did finish it off. Well, most of it. But, I've still got to add in the glass panes. Which, that's probably not going to be enough, so I'll probably, yeah. 2 stacks should be enough, hopefully. And I know what you guys are going to say. First off, yes, I use diorite. Some people hate it. Some people don't mind it. I personally don't mind it. If I had my choice, it would have been bone blocks or something in that vein. Stripped birch also looks pretty good, but I didn't want to go have to chop down a bunch of birch trees, so I took an easy out and just used diorite. So to me, it looks all right. To most people, well, not most, like I said, some people hate it. But I think it looks fine. After all, this is a building to house villagers. So, yeah, it might as well be full pane if it's going to be partial pane. So, I'm going to put a small deck out here. Root beer. But, yeah, I'm going to actually take the rest of that dark oak, the planks anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and get the beds ready. Beds. Craft. Because I want this thing to be at a decent capacity, so that way when I put 2 villagers in here, it's ready to fire off. And basically keep running. So, I'm going to load it with as many beds as possible. Me personally, when I am dealing with villagers, I like to use rails because it's just easier, in my opinion, than using boats. It's gonna, and it will look unsightly until you get like I said, it will look unsightly until you, as I was saying, is what I meant to say. But it will look unsightly until you get it, your villagers to where they're going and get it cleaned up. That is the only true downside to it, in my opinion. But I can put up with that for a while. I mean, there are chest and crafting tables all over the place. Oh. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, it's all the beds. So I'm gonna get this finished up, and yeah, I'll put the last villager, or the last villager. Whew. I'll put the first villager in there on camera. I'm not gonna put the nitwit in there as much as I would like to. And I say I would like to because that is basically all my iron. I say I'd like to put the nitwit in there because, well, he's basically useless for anything else. So, yeah, I would like to, but I'm not. And another thing, I know villagers have trouble pathfinding over rails, but I like to be extra safe, and so I know you can push a villager through a fence gate. So I'll load a fence... What? Okay. I'll put a fence gate there, that way no monsters can get in and no villagers can get out. Unless I want them out. But yeah, this is the toughest part because I don't have any more iron. So this house is on the chopping block. I would like silk touch so I could at least salvage the glass panes. But it doesn't look like that's an option for me at the moment. So it's just going to be there until I can dismantle it and possibly put it someplace else. Because that's probably going to be the only building over here that's not with the vanilla theming. Everything else I do intend to build is going to be at least somewhat vanilla themed. So I'm going to craft 4 minecarts, then turn the rest of this into rails. And I do that with the minecarts, that way when the villagers get going, I can just put minecarts in there, and they'll walk into it, and then when I need them, they're already in a minecart, so it makes it a ton easier. So I think I'm going to go for this guy first. He is my main source of money at the moment. And he's caught. But, truth be told, you don't need powered rails to push a villager. All you really have to do is sprint by him, and it'll push him. So I'll put you in there. Your workstation can go there, then I'll refresh you, and then I'm going to put... You know what? Just so I can clean this side of town up, I think I'm going to put the cleric in there too. I also guess I need to find something to place in the holes. You know, I have cobblestone, so regular cobblestone's what's going back in. Also, I have a newfound hatred of path blocks. And I say that because, well, have you ever had a villager get stuck in a path block? If you have, or had a boat get stuck on a path block, that is one of the reasons I'm not using boats. Huh. Alright, so he's caught in the minecart. I need to get rid of that. And that sucks that I just lost the blaze powder that was loaded into that. I got what was out, but I lost what was in the bar that was loaded into it. And that's really unfortunate. That actually really hurts. Because that was a pain to get. So, ouch, but no big deal. But all you have to do to get them moving is just sprint through them. The only problem is sometimes they'll go backwards. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll do what you want them to. Go on in there, buddy. Go on. You'll lead a happy life right here in this building. Oh. Here. Really? Damn, you guys work fast. But I'm gonna run / trigger. I guess I can't get to their workstations, huh? Because I can't path over rails. Weird Minecraft quirks. Actually, no, I don't need those. My God, where did all this bread come from? Holy. I'm keeping that. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of bread. So, I'm gonna take and put a food chest over here for them, I guess. But yeah, at this point, the breeder is done. In my opinion, I think I did a good job on it. I generally don't build that quote-unquote extravagant. It's not that good because I'm missing a few blocks I would have liked to have had, but... Yeah, can you guys not actually cross rails? That's kind of weird. Alright, so farmer synced. This is done. Looks kind of nice. Yeah. I don't know, I would have liked to have gotten the other thing done, but I believe I am... Yeah, I'm short on time. I'm too short on time to worry about that. I'm also gonna put the Jesus, how much? Oh my God. What the hell? Okay. I think I'm gonna end off with that. Yeah, I'm gonna end off with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Confined2681. Warlord should be back next time I record an episode of this. But at any rate, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.